everyone. So today we're going to be making a collage based off of the work of the artist and illustrator Carle.
So Carle is a children's book illustrator. You've probably seen his work before. It's very popular. And he is primarily a collage artist. So he makes these patterns with paint on tissue paper and cuts them out into shapes and puts them together to create this image. So it creates really interesting visual texture and patterning the way that he chooses to cut things out. So we are going to be creating textures like that. So in this next picture you can see those flowers. So we are going to be drawing. I'm going to be using colored pencils, but you can use whatever you'd like. We're going to be drawing on paper and then cutting out that paper to create a butterfly. So you can gather your materials and we will get started.
Okay, so I have my background sheet and that's where we're going to glue on the pieces of our collage. So I'm going to set that aside for now. Then I have these other papers that I'm going to do my textured drawings on. So again, I'm going to be using colored pencils and I'm just going to make patches of color so that I can choose from them later. I'm really doing rough, kind of doodly lines because remember we're mimicking that style. So I'm going to fill up some space, and so for the wings of my butterfly, for the background, I'm going to need a bigger shape. So decide early on what color you want that to be and make a bigger piece of color for that. So I'm going to go through and make a few patches of color and then we can start assembling. Alright, so now I get to plan out and cut out my butterfly shapes. So I'm going to start with my background butterfly, which I'll layer everything on top of. So you can copy this kind of shape, and remember butterflies are symmetrical, which means they're the same on both sides, but if they're not exactly the same, that's okay. You can see mine isn't. And then I can add other shapes that I want. So I'm going to trace out the shapes that I want to add on. So maybe I'll put that right here and I'll add some more. So I'm going to do that and then we will cut it out and glue it on our background sheet. Alright, so there is my butterfly. So again, I use colored pencils, but you can use other things where you get those nice little lines. And you'll notice that the darker colors that I used showed up brighter, so if you can get contrasting colors, that works best. The pink with the green makes the green really pop. And then I can also add more butterflies or a background with some of my leftover colors if I wanted to. So have fun with that, and I will see you soon.